All right. So, what did we say we were going to talk about? Games that we wish we could get into?
Yeah.
Okay.
Which,
well,
I tried thinking about it after you mentioned it last night, but my brain just kept getting distracted. I was like, okay, let's think about it. Let's try and focus. And, ooh, what's that shiny?
well, I already, I know you wrote it as games, but my brain went to genre. And one of the reasons why I offered this level or this pack was because it's Final Fantasy, and I wish I could get into JRPGs. They are well made. There's a ton of them. Great value for money in terms of what you got to do. But my brain is like, but there's so many other things we could do. And some of it is probably also cultural, but it's like, but I don't get some of a lot of the references are like, okay, but why is that a big deal? You know?
So I would say one of the things that you would like the most about them is the fact that, at least with like Final Fantasy and a few others, they take a lot of inspiration from like old school folklore and mysticism and stuff.
And I love that. Like I said, I wish I could. I'll be honest, Final Fantasy isn't where I would start. I start with Yakuza. And I know that's debatable if it's an RPG or not, but it's got all those same elements, you know, the dialogue and the huge story and the 950 things you got to do for a cup of noodles or whatever. But I mean, I liked them just fine when we were younger, and as gaming has evolved, there's other things I can do, and
for me, it's a nitpick, but I feel like too many things now qualify under RPG. Where it's like, okay, just because it has a long story or a lot of side stuff doesn't mean it's an RPG. It's in my mind.
I agree.
Because people are now like, oh yeah, Assassin's Creed has RPG elements. I'm like, no. Just because it now has a level system and items does not make it an RPG.
I mean, not to be that guy, but I'm about to be that guy. But RPG just means role-playing game. So technically, anytime you're playing as a character, it could be an RPG, which is almost every game in existence. Which means,
I know.
Which means that the definition has no meaning. So let's adjust our terms.
The broadest category one could have.
Yeah, that's like saying it's an electronic game is the genre. Okay, and not all of them. So anyway, so for me, when I hear RPG, I specifically think of protagonist forward, multi-party, story-driven, combat expected, and methodical in its pacing. Like, you can't... It takes time, and that's on purpose. At least that's what I think of when I hear an RPG. And so a JRPG is just one of those, but set in Japan influence. So,
boy, we're at a level this quick and simple with Shrek.
Right? But yeah, I mean, if you made me pin it down to a game to fit with the proper nomenclature of the thing, I would probably say I don't even know what I would say. But yeah,
Let's say that popular one that's not as popular as the other ones.
Well, I mean, Final Fantasy, yeah, it's the definitive, at least for our generation and where we are. Like I said, Yakuza, but some of those aren't really RPGs. But yeah, any of those, I wish I could get into them. I wish I could enjoy them, but they take so flippin' long. And Sometimes, a lot of times, as I
Every
get
time
older.
you say that, it just makes me go, "Yep." So let's go play another 300 hours of Red Dead.
Yeah, I only played. What did I play? 120. I've almost got that into this game at this point. So, but yes, I get your point because it's still
That's
time.
where everybody, to a degree, has hypocrisies.
Yeah, well, and also, at least in my mind, most of the time they're episodic. I know the stories don't carry over in Final Fantasy, but they do in Yakuza. And again, someone's having eye palpitations because I keep saying Yakuza and JRPG. But they, you got to know what's going on in the first one for the second one to make sense, and it's like that in a lot of them. So yeah, it's like, okay, I really want to play this new game, but I need to know all these other things first. So anyway, did that give you enough time to come up with one?
Well, now you just got me going. So, am I going for a category or a game?
I mean, whichever comes to your mind, dude. You invented the rules. We invented the rules. You came up with the topic, so. Yeah, your friend was right. There's just a ton of details on these things.
Yep.
Jeez. Mikey,
I do find amusing that I'm used to destroying and blowing this thing up. I'm not used to giving it a clean down.
It had a hard day, okay?
Yeah, this is the first boss you fight in the remake.
Cloud did a number on it. It's Cloud, right?
Yes, for 7 it's Cloud.
Okay. See? I want to be cool like that. It's another thing specifically about Final Fantasy why it's not on the top of my list. Other than the Pixel Collection or whatever you call it, they're difficult for their platinums, as you know, because you have a bunch of them.
Oh yeah, those are some of my, I can't even say proudest platinums, but just because of how annoying they were. But
they're on your. Thank God it's done, but I'm happy to see it in my trophy case.
Yep, and I look forward to saying that again with Tactics.
Tactics is going to be good. I might be playing it on my wife's profile just so that I don't have to be that much further behind in my completion percent, but I loved that game.
I think I might actually have a category.
Okay.
First-person shooters.
Okay.
I mean, I've played some. Just about every game type, except for true horror, I have played at this point. But
are you calling
Harvest Moon
a dating sim?
What?
Are you calling Harvest Moon a dating sim?
Sure. Shoot, depending on how you look at it, there are some elements of Final Fantasy you can call a dating sim.
True.
Because I like shooter games, but generally I go for third person. I mean, I'm trying to think back on it. The last probably first person shooter that I actually enjoyed was Wolfenstein, and some could argue that almost doesn't count with all the special stuff it has, but I guess, Doom and all those count. Shooter doesn't just mean, realistic shooter.
So which one are you thinking of that you wish you could play or wish you could enjoy?
I don't know. Probably something like maybe Doom.
Yeah.
Just because that's the one you always hear about nowadays. I wouldn't say Call of Duty or Battlefield, because Well, there's a lot of them. From what I understand, there's also not much for the story and plot. I know you like that. I know you. And when I say that, I just mean like there's only like 3 to 4 hours.
Yeah, no, that I know what you're saying. I know what you mean. What I was gonna say was I'm actually working my way through Battlefield 1 right now, and it has a really good story. And now, granted, I'm playing it on the hardest difficulty, but I'm well over 4 hours in. But I also want to play Doom. It's on my quick list to do. I just have too many other things. So.
And this is where you say, well, in the 4 hours in, and this is where I would say yes, but for me, RPGs are my bread and butter. So that just means congratulations, you got past the opening prologue.
Yeah.
And I swear I just saw this thing's hands move.
Creepy. If we could not have the bad guy thing come to life.
Yep, they move. They move and the tail twitches.
Well, I should probably come see that for content, you know? Where were you that it was? Can you spray the thing that was moving?
Yeah, the pincers, and as you can see right now, yep, there they go.
Oh, those things?
Yep.
Under the gun?
Yep.
Do it.
You know, you want to...
You want to grab them and blast them?
Yeah. Hold them while you fill them full of lead. That's the words I'm stumbling over. I don't have a stutter, I just have a stupidity complex.
Yeah, me too. I didn't realize how much I do stutter until I started recording myself talking. And I tend to do it when I get excited.
As I always tell people, I just have dyslexia of the mouth, so
that
my
works.
brain just short circuits and it's like, the word that I was trying to say.
A lot of times I get excited and I speed up and my mind is 6 or 7 or 8 words or sentences ahead. And then my mouth is slowing down. So it's like, well, that's lag. Let me catch up. Hold on. I'll be right back. Sleep's okay. All right, I'm back.
For those that are too young to know better, that is what we used to call blue screen of death, but in person.
What's a blue screen of death?
When your brain goes too fast and you just kind of stutter.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I thought you were referencing something you saw in here. I was like,
nope.
I just got done playing a horror game set on a computer. So yeah, it kind of blue screens of death. I'm like, oh, is there one in here too?
Nope. Only blue screen of death is for Aerith. Spoilers.
Big. She was not your person.
Now I was gonna say, and this is where I'll reveal to the people that love and adore this game. When I got to that point in the game, when I first played this years ago, I cheered. I don't like Aerith.
Every attempt they make to make her nice, you just hate her more.
Yes. The remake tried too hard to make you like the character, and it was just like, stab her quicker.
Finish her. Please.
Nothing against the voice actress or anything. She did a great job. It was just the writers trying so hard to make you have some kind of connection with the character to feel something. Or I'm just like, yep, don't care.
Oh. We've got me for JRPGs, of which you play a lot, and you for first-person shooters, of which I have played. I don't do the online part, but I do like a good first-person shooter.
Yeah, so that's why I was trying to think, because like there's about every genre I have played a decent amount of. But there's not many where it's like I really wish that have a decent catalog where it's like I really wish I could get into it just so I could play some of them. Like for me, I could have gone with racing games, but that's just a skill issue. I'm terrible at racing games. It's like no, don't need more of them.
My next one was going to be a skill issue. Not racing games, but heavy strategy simulation games like Civilization or heck, even management games. And I love them. I'm just terrible at them, so I can't get into them in depth. But there's all kinds of like Transport Fever and logistics games, and I see these people building things and I'm like, that's so cool, I want to do that. And then literally the first issue pops up and I'm like, how do you make this work? I don't understand what you need me to do.
See, I like games like that, but the issue I have is they just have some of the biggest difficulty spikes.
Yeah, it's like everything will be going fine, and then suddenly there's a tornado and a famine, and is like, well, this is what the cheat menu's for.
Or it's like, okay, battles are difficult, but not too hard. All right, now you must have the literal mindset of Napoleon Bonaparte and all those other genius tactical advisors.
Yeah, like I really want to try the grand strategy genre, which is basically like Civ on steroids.
Mm-hmm.
But I know I would fail terribly. I have, and I really want to play Timberborn, but I'm like, yeah, but I'm not going to be good at this. And I'm okay with not being good, but like I really want to enjoy that game. So I'm scared.
Well, and also depending on which game it is or what style, it's one of those where it's like, how much depth do you want? Because sometimes it's like, okay, it's just a battle tactic game. Other times it's okay, battle's over, now you have to take care of like your troops, your farms.
Yeah. The battle's over, now deal with the psychological impact that it had on your people, regain their trust, figure out how to transport the bodies off the battlefield before the dogs get it and it destroys your morale. Oh, and while you're at it, you're running short on your beef. So maybe figure out how to get some cows before the winter, if you please.
And just so you know, we had a locust swarm, so the crops don't have enough rice now.
Yeah.
Or wheat.
Yeah, everything's about to die. Oh, and as soon as you think you got it figured out, tornado. Really what I want is a game that allows me to pretend like I'm a genius and build my little sandbox world. And it's not easy, but I'm able to overcome all of the challenges that it presents. And I don't know how you get that, because overcoming challenges, if you can just do it without thinking, then it's too easy. But if it crushes you, I don't like that. So I am aware of the hypocrisy of my request. I'm just saying that's what I want.
Oh yeah, and I mean, yeah, to go along with that, kind of like what I said earlier, it's like, yeah, those games are a lot of fun, but once you've played on, like, say, normal difficulty, when you get the hang of it, it's like, okay, let's go to hard. And then you realize, oh, it's not normal to hard, it's normal to nigh impossible.
Yeah, well, and a lot of times, and I could be wrong, but it's my experience. But again, I haven't played them all. Anyway, yeah.
And also,
the harder difficulties cheat. It's not so much that it's harder or more realistic. It just cheats.
Yeah. Or some of it comes down to just RNG with the game having the favor.
Yeah. It's like that acre of wheat that you just planted and harvested, you get 1 bushel of wheat. All right, well, I'm no farmer, but I know for a fact that you get more than 1 bushel off of an acre. Right, I'm making up a number. You get 700, but now you're on hard mode. Well, that shouldn't be. Oh, the eye does move. That's creepy. That shouldn't be what makes it hard. Like, yeah.
Yeah, or like you said, like a civilization game. It's like, okay, where's my like bushes to harvest berries from? Oh, an enemy has them. Okay, where are the sheep? An enemy has them. Rock? Mine's already controlled by the enemy. So what do I have to do? You gotta fight and die just to get your first resource.
Yeah. And better hurry, because in exactly 3 turns, they're going to be in the science age and have nukes. But they shouldn't be even out of the stone. Yeah, I know, but this is how it is. Welcome to it.
Yeah.
But that's not... Well, you didn't want to play on baby mode.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. That's another one where it's like, I would love to play more of those games, but just for the same reason. It's just like... No.
Like, I fully and freely admit, unless I'm sitting down to a game with the intention of enjoying an experience that has been custom made to be this way, like the horror game I just finished, I want the power fantasy. That's what makes it fun. That's why you watch an action movie, because I'm pretend that I'm this guy and I take care of all the bad guys. So I get that with like horror games that, you know, the power fantasy takes away from the horror because you just shoot them in the head. I'm far enough along in BioShock now that it's not scary because I got good weapons. But for the most part, I want to be awesome. So when I boot up Tropico, I would like to be the dictator that just makes it all work because it works, because that's fun. So yeah, that's mine.
You know, I think I have a true option, or I don't want to say true choice or decision now, but one that's like, now I think a little bit more on. It's like, yep, this is the right category for me to pick.
Okay.
Indie games.
Yeah, you do not click with indie games.
I mean, I don't even click with a lot of AAA games nowadays, but...
Well, and to be fair, a lot of indie games now are being co-opted to push an agenda, but...
Yeah, that was a lot of falling. And there's the bottom.
But I know what you mean, like, the actual, like, small development, hey, we got a quirky idea, let's make a game.
Yeah.
Like, oh, go ahead, I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say, I'm one of the biggest... For years, I've been one of the biggest people. It's like, graphics do not make a game. You don't need to have the best graphics. But, and I'm not going to say it's the graphics, but it's more just the art style that a lot of indie games choose. I don't care for.
Yeah.
And some people are like, oh, that's just because they don't have the budget of the bigger people, so they have to go with that. It's like, I see what you're saying, but even when they're like trying to redo like a retro thing, they still do like the almost cheap cartoonish style for their designs and stuff. And I'm not a fan of that. Like I've heard some people complain nowadays that everything looks like it's real. Everything looks like you're just playing a movie. It's like, okay, but I also don't want to play something that looks like current modern day Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network design. And for a lot of indie games, I've seen that style lately. Because I mean, I've done a few indie games. Well, in my mind, they're indie games. I'm not sure if they qualify, but like, what was it? Sea of Stars wasn't that bad.
I know the
See, now
controls didn't resonate with you, but what did you think of Jusant as far as art and story and etc.?
Oh no, the story and art and everything. Jusant was very well done. It was just, and
Yeah, the controls didn't
fully
work for me.
admit, I fully admit, just the number of hours I put into playing the Uncharted franchise over and over again probably didn't help.
You're like, this is how you climb. I don't care what game it is. This is how you climb.
Yeah,
What is this grip strength?
I tilt stick in direction. I push X to jump to it. That's all there is. Uncharted and Assassin's Creed have ruined. Or God of War, Horizon. I've made the comment several times about how much climbing there is nowadays in games. Again, I didn't care terribly for the art style, but still the graphics and everything I did enjoy. But like Plucky Squire wasn't that bad.
So speaking of cartoony,
I know it's kind of contradicting, and like I said, I didn't care necessarily for the art style, but it also wasn't the stupid.
But Plucky Squire was kind of like Cuphead. I mean, Cuphead was actually all hand drawn, but it had that like hand animated feel to it, not just, hey, these are junk graphics because it's cheaper.
Yeah, and it also broke the fourth wall quite well.
Yeah.
And just the 2D to 3D jump was fun as well. But yeah, it's just a lot of indie games out there. It's like they have the categories or ideas I kind of would like, but just their artwork or their overall attempt at what they made, it's just like it just doesn't connect with me.
Yeah. That's fair. Have you seen that? What is it? Sword of the Sea that just came out?
I have seen a lot of advertisement for that one pop up, but I have not actually seen a trailer for it.
It is totally free on your PlayStation Plus membership. Plug for PlayStation Plus. And brand new. Like it just came out like a couple days ago, and it's
it's doing like what Sea of Stars did.
Yeah, it's getting huge reviews. But the whole point of the game is apparently, because I have it. I'm planning on playing it. I just haven't yet. But it's all about movement and controlling how you move through the environment, which is how their other games have been too. And they've got 2 or 3 now that are well liked, and not just by people that like indie games because they're indie games.
So is it done by the people who did Journey?
I can't think of the name of it. A Broken Arrow, and
Not familiar with that one.
Neva.
Those are not game names I recognize.
It's okay. Yeah, it's.
See, now there's those people screaming at me, how have you never heard of those games?
Yeah, it's okay. I'm old enough to realize that we all have our blind spots.
Trying to think of a joke, but I couldn't there.
Happens to the best of us.
Yep.
I keep trying to convince our friend to join our conversation, which is why sometimes I just stop everything because I'm texting with him.
How dare you?
I know.
Okay, is it tracking me? Or am I just happening to move where it's moving?
I've thought that several times. Like you spray it and it reacts like it doesn't like the spray.
Okay, what joints am I missing? Okay, missing inside there. But yeah, can't get as in depth as I would like to, but yeah, indie games is definitely my next. What's my blah, 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 words?
Who needs words? Words are for the weak. That's fair. Although indie games, and I'm not critiquing it, indie games though is such a broad category.
Well, it's like RPG, just
yeah. Yep. There we go.
that's why I was trying to specify just like the style and stuff, but
yeah. Yeah, it's fair. Headlights, those are probably towards the front. Yeah, you just got it, so towards the front. Oh, hi, Mark. All these nooks and crannies. I don't like it.
saw the tiniest hint of an unfinished part, and I can't find it again.
Do I have a third? Getting really kind of tricky.
I thought of another one. So
okay.
if you need me to. And this is, well, the category is, I know, things that we wish we could get into. Oh, that one needs done. I don't know if I actually would like to, but Metroidvania.
Yeah.
Just, it seems like they're everywhere now, and about a quarter of the games made are Metroidvania styles, but I don't know. I don't know if it's just I got tired of side scrollers growing up, but it's just
I'll tell you, my thing for them is just simply like, what do you need me to do, and why should I have to remember this weird thing for so long? You know, yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you, but yeah, I feel what you're saying. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, it's just, yeah. I don't have anything against side scrollers, but it's just like it's like, okay, so you make a very simplistic game, and then you do everything you can to make it as difficult as possible. And just the concept to me just doesn't make sense or works. So it's like I can't bring my brain to go, yeah, that seems like fun. Let's try that.
I discussed it here recently in a video, Bo and the Teal Lotus. Yep. And I have it. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I saw some people commenting on that short.
And I looked up the trophies, and there's like a trophy for defeat a boss without ever touching the ground. Do the entire game deathless. And I'm like, why do you make it so hard? So,
yeah, for a game that's already supposed to be difficult, it does make you wonder where they're like, and now let's make a trophy where you have a 0.5% chance of actually acquiring these abilities. So we got to clean Seventh Heaven.
Wasn't that the show with the dad that ended up being something naughty that we can't talk about? Yeah.
It was also, it shares the name, yeah, but that was also just the name of the bar.
Should have named it The Office, and then when people were like, hey, where you at? I'm at the office. So mine is my next one and possibly my last. Horror games. Especially as a streamer, YouTuber, whatever. Not really a streamer, but you know what I mean. Everyone wants me to play them. Every time I ask them, hey, what should I play? They're like, horror game. I don't like being scared, but I do like the story in most of those games. Like the Saw movie franchise, I have never watched a single one of them, but I've read the synopsis of every one, and the backstory behind it is actually really entertaining. Not entertaining, that's the wrong word. It's a good story. It's messed up, but it's a good story. I've read some of the synopsises for other horror games, and it's a huge category. I don't do demons and stuff like that, but or ghosts, but yeah, it's fun, but because you're controlling the person, it's so much worse, more scary than just watching a movie. And I don't like to be scared for entertainment.
See, that's where you need to take the idea of horror and turn it on its head. It's like, okay, there is the horror genre, but instead we're going to go with real horror. Today on IRS Simulator or Tax Simulator.
Oh, so scary.
It's like, all right, now we have to learn how to do our taxes without knowing how to write up this report.
Could you imagine? But you didn't file in triplicate your 1019 form, so you got an audit, and the screen goes red. And, oh, I do have another type, so if you've got one more, I can go again. But yeah, horror games, they have great stories. I just don't understand why people want to be scared for fun, which is funny to say since this is going to come out in October and I'll be live streaming some horror games, but you know, do what you got to do for those numbers, I guess. And I have cool people that participate, and that's what they want, so I'll give the people what they want, even if...
You hear that, people? He will submit to peer pressure and to enough badgering.
Yep, that's the takeaway. I'm glad you explained it so concisely for everyone. Yeah, when you guys are listening to this, I might be in adult diapers. I don't know, but yeah, horror games. So do you have another, or are you going? Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, for me, even though I don't like playing horror games, I don't feel a need to put that on the list. I wish I could get... No, I'm good.
No, I'm just straight good. Don't even wanna. I don't wanna, so I won't.
I almost thought of a category, but then I realized, no, that's a category that I wish was better, not necessarily that I wish I could get into.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be licensed games.
Oh yeah.
Like outside of Lego. Like, boy, I really wish all those movies that they turn into games didn't stink or just have as cheap a creation as they could.
Could they actually be good, like the movie that I enjoy, and not a cheap cash grab?
Yeah.
Like the sequel to the movie that I enjoy?
Yeah, it's like if you could actually try, that would have been great.
My
Like,
mind
I remember-
immediately goes back to all those Disney games on the Sega.
Yeah, or more recently, not necessarily recently, but I was thinking of like back with the old PS2 demo discs, that Matrix game.
Yeah.
Like, I remember trying to play that on the old demo disc, and it was just like, oh my goodness. I don't feel like Neo at all.
Or Mayor Hairbear has been doing a series where he has something like 90 PS3 games that he owns that he's never played, and he's cleaning up his backlog, and he played the Up game for PS3. It's like, this is pretty terrible. Yeah, it's a licensed game, my dude. So
Yeah,
I think that would work because you wish you could get into them, but you can't because they're terrible.
Yeah. Like, I remember back on Sega Genesis and PS1, we had like Toy Story, we had A Bug's Life. Just to say how young I was and stuff. But yeah, it's just like I remember playing those games all the time, and even back then I was just like, this is either too difficult or just not fun.
Yeah. I know it hasn't come out yet, but I have done an Ape Escape retrospective, and in it I talk about how you and I would play it, and we thought the game was hard. And in hindsight, no, the game was not hard. The controls were booty. But you just don't know that at the time.
Yeah. So yeah, just licensed games outside of Lego. They get a pass because they're Lego. They had the golden ticket for success. But even they sometimes have a failure.
I was gonna say, more often than not, the Lego games are okay. Speaking of Lego games, have you seen their new Batman game?
The Dark Knight, which seems to be more than just Dark Knight.
Yeah. It's gonna be something.
I saw some people making fun of the fact that it wasn't until the Lego Batman game that we got a fully explorable Gotham City that actually has people walking around.
Yeah, buddy.
Like however many Rocksteady games we have in the Arkham series, and none of them actually had a real world.
It's just Batman.
So it's just like, well, I mean, until Hogwarts Legacy, you didn't have that with Harry Potter either.
I mean, you kind of had it with the Lego Harry Potters, didn't you?
That was what I said, except for the Lego.
Oh, I gotcha. I missed the except.
Yep. Something about WB just doesn't like, outside of Lego, they don't like making their worlds populated.
Well, it takes money. And they'd rather just flush that down the toilet. So...
Who's ready for Superman 15? Part 3.
This time he wears the super suit.
Normally I try to have a pattern when I clean. I have not had any pattern in this location.
My pattern in this one has literally just been what's next to me that needs cleaned. Yeah, there's so much clutter. How do you even do this? Alright, so this will be my fourth and probably my final, unless inspiration strikes, but roguelikes or roguelites. I don't really know what the genre definition difference is, but I like the idea. I like the idea of getting better incrementally. I don't like having to restart your progress every time you die and then do it again, but with better gear. There's several of them that I wish I could, or I wish I was playing. and maybe one day I will, but for some reason, to me, that whole die, restart, try again, get better is more frustrating because of the restart than even like Souls likes, where it's like you just die until you figure out how to do it. Because theoretically, at least with a Souls like game, if you're good, you don't have to die, even right off of the jump. But with a roguelike, it's pretty much built into the game. No, you're going to die until you can unlock these things that will make it so that you don't die.
Or even if you're very good and you haven't died, eventually at some point, a random enemy is just going to show up, instantly kill you, just so you have to start over.
Yeah. And that resetting of your progress just hurts me. I don't know why, but it hurts. So yeah, that would be my fourth. So a JRPG horror roguelike is pretty much just the game that's a total miss for me.
And I'm sure someone somewhere knows exactly what game that is.
I'm sure it's out there. Sure, that's why I didn't add the simulation management thing, because like if I leave it at these three, it probably exists. If I go for all four, it probably does not. Well, that's been over 40 minutes of us talking about things we wish we could like that we don't. So I think I'm going to call the podcast here. Thank you for watching, and let me know down below what are some things you wish you could get into but you can't. And also, please correct me on all the things I said that were wrong about the different genres, so as I can learn / get the engagement from your comments. So, thank you. You want to say goodbye to the nice people?
Sure. For anybody who's going to comment, you just have to get good to enjoy it. No, the games just aren't enjoyable.
All right.
Have a nice day.
And with that, I bid you all adieu. Until next time, talk to you later.